Hey everybody, I'm Madalyn Sklar, host of the Social ROI Chat, and I'm here with our guest today, Kim Reynolds. Hey Kim, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being our guest today. This was a really cool topic, something a little different, talking about events on social media, and I know that you have a lot of experience with that. Can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself before we dive
Sure.
in with questions?
Sure. Well, I'm the marketing manager at Social Media Examiner, and we put on a big event every year called Social Media Marketing World. And in fact, it's coming up February 28th through March 2nd. And my responsibility is marketing the event, and primarily I do the Facebook ads. That's the big role. My big role is Facebook ads and social marketing for the event. So.
Yeah, that's a big task, marketing an event, and this is a large scale event. What kind of preparations do you have to do ahead of time to kind of get things ready for advertising in an event?
Well, to be honest, we kind of prepare for this all year long. We maybe take like a month or two off after the event finishes, and then we start ramping up, getting the marketing plan ready, getting all of the behind the scenes stuff ready as far as marketing goes. And then for the advertising, we start getting ready for the advertising somewhere during the summer before the event. So maybe in August or so, started getting ready to start the ads going. So it takes a lot of time because we do a lot of video ads. So that takes time to prepare all the videos and get all of our graphic assets ready. And that's probably the most time consuming aspect of it, is the video prep.
Yeah, and yeah, so this is like large scale. I mean, y'all do advertise all the time. What about like for people that are doing like, for like those of us who are doing small scale things, how far out should we start prepping? I mean, I totally understand like a big event like Social Media Marketing World, you got to be promoting year round. You got a lot, happening for a big event, but smaller events, do we need to be promoting it, starting a month out, 2 months out? What are your suggestions on that?
I would say it depends on the size of the event. If it's a small event, I would say that you could probably just start a month or two out from the event. We do start much further out, and it just really it would be overkill for a smaller event, and depending on the size, and especially if it's a seasonal event. If it's, say it's a holiday event, you really don't want to be marketing in July. People are thinking,
right,
crazy. Yeah.
Now let's talk about retargeting, because I think this is something that a lot of people either don't know about or they haven't really mastered yet. I know all about it, but I have not mastered it. And with you working on a large scale event, you probably have really learned, the ins and outs of this. So can you talk a little bit about what retargeting is and how we can use this in our events?
Sure. Retargeting is basically just revisiting people who are already familiar with your brand. They know you because they've either been to your website, or they're on your email list, or they're fans of your Facebook page, or they've been to a prior event, or they know you somehow. They've made contact with you in some form or fashion. And retargeting is, it can get you into a little bit of trouble, because people can sometimes get upset with you because they will say, take me off of your list. I don't want to see your ads. And one problem that we've run into with retargeting with people is they'll say, I don't want to see your ads. And say you go and you sign up for our newsletter list with your email address, and then we advertise to you on Facebook. Well, it might just very well be that you sign up for Facebook with a different email address than you sign up for the newsletter. So you're still going to see the ads because you're being targeted with a different email address. And that causes a lot of discontent among people. So, it gets kind of tricky when it's not an exact science. And so,
Right.
Like with Social Media Examiner with such big lists, we try our hardest to make sure that we don't have that kind of crossover with people and we don't ruffle any feathers. But, but remarketing is a wonderful thing, and you can really, meet people where they're at, and you can they've been to your website, especially website retargeting. You've been to your website, they've expressed some interest, so then you can create these custom audiences and then serve them up an ad on Facebook when on mobile or on desktop. And it's an amazing thing, and it's done wonders for advertising, and I love it. And it's ask me a question. I'll be happy to answer any of them.
I know. And I see we got a captive audience here watching us live. Shout out to Dorothy, Jim, Lucille. Thank you guys for being here with us. If y'all have any questions for Kim, post a comment on here so we can have her answer it. So going back to retargeting, So, we'll do a scenario here. So I go on Social Media Examiner's website, which I do every day because I love reading the articles. It's a great blog.
Me too.
Long time fan. So you're doing the pixel because I will be somewhere else and see an ad. So how is that for an advertiser? Like, how are they, like, what's the mechanics behind this to make, like, they see, like, I go on a website, and next thing I know, they're following me wherever I go because now their ads pop up everywhere. So how does that work? Are there services out there that do that?
It's some sort of a cookie that is browser based, and I am not the super guru when it comes to code and all of that. I just know that it's some sort of a cookie that goes in your browser or on your browser, and it's able to follow you. And now Facebook has something called an audience network. And so it used to just be that when you're advertising, you can advertise just on Facebook. And if you go to Social Media Examiner's website, we could serve you an ad on Facebook or on Instagram. Now, because Facebook has this audience network, if you go to other partner websites, you can now be shown a Social Media Examiner ad on any number of partner websites that Facebook partners with, or on games, or within a video. So Facebook now has an audience network, much like Google has an audience network. So it's expanded and enlarged. And so now you have, Facebook competing with Google for these larger spaces that you can be shown an ad to.
That is super cool. It seems like Facebook is always innovating and coming up with new ways. Are they always making this easier for you as the advertiser?
Yeah, and the funny thing is it seems like every time that I go into Power Editor, which is every day, I notice something new. And today when I was in there and I'm working on ads, and I noticed that they have this new feature that when you create an ad, you now can specify different graphics for each ad placement. So it used to be like, say you created an ad and you wanted it to go to Instagram, and you wanted it to go on the desktop, and you wanted it to go in the side, the side rail, the side column, right side column, and you wanted it to go on mobile, and you would just have to use one image, and that's it. So it would look okay some places and maybe not so great other places. Now you can actually specify different images for each of these different placements. That's a brand new feature that I just saw pop up today. It's crazy. Every day I go in there and they're coming out with something new. So
I know,
probably going to show up on the show on Friday.
It's hard to stay on top of it, right? Because they're always making changes, and they don't, none of these platforms announce it. Like just this afternoon, Twitter announced this, they talked about it for a while, but just out of the blue, there's a tweet from Twitter like 3 hours ago that new, stacking these emails together. I forgot what they called it. Where you can just keep hitting a plus sign. I'm not sure why we need it, because now we can do 280 characters, but they just will make changes.
The tweet storms or
Yeah, that new tweet storm thing, but there's a name for it. I saw it right before the social ROI chat. I'd have to go through here and try to see if I can dig up that tweet. But yeah, like, brand new that they at least they let us know. I mean, so many times, like I said, they don't say anything. And, Facebook is notorious for this where, you just happen to be, working on your ads and boom, here's a new feature that just appeared.
Can I give you kudos for that tweet chat? That was so well run and so polished and just amazing. I've done these before, and I have to tell you that it was amazing and just so smooth and seamless and just an amazing job. That's not easy to organize and it was flawless. It was wonderful. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I am so excited. We're going to be coming up on the 1-year anniversary of this particular chat. We started it this past January. So, now everybody's doing the shout outs. Thank you, for the nice shout out. You're so sweet.
You deserve it. It was really, really a great experience.
It's a fun chat. We have listen, it's all the people there. It's a great community.
Yeah,
we have great people there. I have a question. How do you guys prioritize your marketing efforts at different on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter? Great question. How do you guys kind of prioritize that?
Well, my main area is paid. So that's my main area of expertise is paid. And when it comes to paid media, it's Facebook. So it's very easy to prioritize because Facebook is where it's at. So, and then Instagram is obviously part of Facebook. So Facebook and Instagram, and next would be Google. And so it's pretty easy to prioritize there. The other platforms just are not, they just really haven't matured in the same way that Facebook has. And so when they get to that point where we can do the advanced returns, some of the options that Facebook has afforded us and the opportunities, then we will consider them, but they just haven't yet. So it's been pretty easy.
I totally understand, with me being like, the Twitter marketer, Twitter ads are just not as good as Facebook ads. Facebook has really perfected the art of advertising.
Right. They have. Yeah. Not that there isn't a place for Twitter. There is. And I personally do love Twitter also. But when it comes to ads, it's still Facebook.
Yeah, they're really behind for sure. What about Instagram ads? Are you liking Instagram ads? Do y'all do much with that?
I do. In Instagram ads, we've been doing Instagram ads for quite a while, and I do like Instagram ads. They're very easy. It uses the same interface as Facebook. It's basically all the same targeting. It's very simple and it's very seamless. We're going to start running our first story ads, which is pretty exciting for me. It's the first time we'll be venturing into Instagram story ads. So I'm really excited to see how that goes. Yes, that's a new frontier for us. So I'll be excited to see how that goes.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. So let's switch gears now and talk about visuals. We talked about visual marketing during the chat. Visuals, incredibly important. So how are you guys utilizing the visuals, the different kinds, and how are you putting them together?
We've always used a lot of images in our marketing. This year, we've gone all in on video. Just video in our ads, in the social posts. We've done so much live video. The social team, Eric and Jeff, they do at least twice a week now on Instagram and Facebook, just a ton of live. And I know that at the conference, last year we did a lot of live video. This year we'll be doing even more live video. There's talks of doing, hopefully, I don't know if we're going to do this, but I would like to do a live video booth where I'm there with a camera and we let people come up and do basically their own little testimonial stories. How has social media marketing world impacted their life? Where they can come up and, do their, instead of 15 minutes of fame, they can do their 15 seconds of fame, because 15 minutes would be a really long time for me to hold a camera. So do their 15 seconds of fame. And how has this event impacted so many? And, you know, I have a story, and you maybe have a story, and
Yep.
you know, the guy down the street has a story. So it'd be really cool to get their stories so we can use them in our marketing, and people like to share their stories.
Absolutely.
So,
I think it's a brilliant idea, Kim. I hope you guys do that. I think it would be super awesome. I think it'd be very well received. And just, you know, another cool thing that you guys are doing, being the trailblazers and doing something different and cool. So I'm all for it. I noticed that Nicholas was, he had posted in here, and he was asking about your thoughts on LinkedIn ads. Are y'all doing those?
I'll be honest, LinkedIn ads are pretty expensive.
Okay.
We have used LinkedIn ads in the past, and LinkedIn has come out with some amazing features, and I'm like, woohoo, LinkedIn, because they really have been innovating a lot in the past year. LinkedIn is up their game, and I have high hopes for LinkedIn in the coming year, and I can see us utilizing LinkedIn more. We aren't this year round, but I do believe that we will start to utilize LinkedIn more in the future. We have our marketing plan set out, and it didn't include a lot of LinkedIn for this year, but I can see that changing for next year with all of the strides that they've made.
Interesting. Hey, Lucille's asking about video, if it gives you an improved chance at organic reach. What are your thoughts on that?
I wish I had some insight into the algorithm. I really do. I think that if people are watching the video and Facebook sees that people are watching the video, Facebook's going to give you more reach. If the video is interesting and people want to watch it, that's going to be great. So if we put out a good video, it's going to help us. I don't think by nature of it being a video, that's going to necessarily help. So just the fact that it's video, I don't think that helps in and of itself. So if we put out a really great picture, I think that can be just as beneficial as if we put out a video. It's all about quality, which is better quality, the picture or the video. That being said, I think that it's easier to put out fun video if you have entertaining people. And I think that Jeff and Eric can be really entertaining at times.
Yeah,
so
they can be. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think it's great that so that's all organic, right? Those videos, you guys are you advertising those or no?
On our big sale weeks, like every now and then we have a really extra special sale, we will boost those videos, but in general, they're just organic.
Yeah. And then, so for the event, let's go back to, social media marketing world as the event. So let's talk about like, how are you guys doing videos for your event advertising?
We use video in our ads, and we kind of do that 1, 2, 3 punch that I talked about, which is do a fun like sizzle reel or like a really fast-paced video that just kind of talks about the event, a general overview of the event. Then I take people that watch that video to a certain percentage and retarget them with a testimonial video that really gets in there and talks about why this event is so great specifically. And that just goes out to the people that express interest in the event by watching the video. And then retarget those people that really seem interested in the testimonials and offer them a sale and an ad, like a strong call to action. Hey, buy a ticket. And so that's kind of the 1, 2, 3 step approach to using video in our ads. And then we don't really do, other than those videos that Eric does, like he'll say, hey, here's some news going on. And then he'll do like a little bumper at the end. By the way, we have a sale going on for the conference, with that little bumper at the end. We really don't do any organic advertising of the conference on our page. We, as a company, we keep our page strictly content for our fans. We keep it pretty much advertising free.
Okay, that makes sense. Last question is, how do you get people to share the event online? That's, I think, like always the big question we all have, like, how do we get people to hit that share button and share this out? So how are you guys getting people to help share, spread the word?
People are just evangelists of the event. We obviously have an affiliate program. And so you get people that share because they're affiliates. You get people that buy tickets. And then after you buy a ticket, you have the option to share the event. Like, hey, you just signed up. Do you want to share this? And so you get people that are super excited. Like, I remember the first year that I attended as an attendee, which is ridiculous. The first year that I attended, I shared it because I was so excited. So when you're just excited, and so you get those people sharing, but we just have just a lot of evangelists, people that are just really part of the community that are just happy to do it. And then of course the affiliates will share, and then, they have their affiliate links, but the vast majority are just people that are excited and attending and sharing because they want to, or maybe they're speakers and the speakers share because they're happy that they're speaking, or maybe they want to fill up their room. They want people to attend and come to their session.
Yeah. So actually, for me as a speaker, it would I never really thought about I should create an event and to encourage people to come see me speak and then put some advertising dollars into it.
Well, yeah. And just, and also I would say that it's like, I'm not a speaker, but if I were a speaker, there'd be probably a couple different reasons. One, I'd want people in my room just because, I want them in my room. And two, just I would be so proud of myself that I were a speaker, that I would just want the whole wide world to know, like, I'm a speaker. Come see me around. Come see me. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's exciting that's like a really big honor to be a speaker. Like, if you're a speaker, you should be really proud of yourself. It's a big deal.
I'm very proud. I cannot believe I'm coming back to speak for a third year in a row.
You should be proud of yourself.
I'm very proud, very excited. I don't know how many people y'all bring back. I know y'all bring back people multiple years, but I was like, wow, 3 years in a row. I'm pretty excited about this.
There's lots of people that don't get asked back, so it's a big honor.
Yeah, I've noticed. So, but this has given me some new ideas of okay, I never really thought about, and I saw this during the chat talking about events, and it made me think that maybe I should do one as a speaker to fill up the room, like you're saying, but do some advertising when it gets closer. So, all right, so let's use me for an example, because we're talking about social media marketing world, big event, I've got advertising budgets, you're doing stuff pretty much year round. So let's kind of put everybody more in the personal brand, smaller. So we'll use me as an example. So, okay, set up an event page. That makes perfect sense for speakers, for a lot of different things. Set up an event page, and okay, but I don't have big advertising budget. So would it make sense to maybe start advertising just a few weeks out? But then again, maybe I should be doing something now, because people, we might want to catch them buying tickets and coming to the event now versus later.
Right. Well, you have to give people enough time to get their ticket to the event. They've got to make plans to travel to the event. They've got to get their hotel room, because it's not just like a.
Hey, Mike
Stelzner, CEO, Social Media Examiner. This is an event that takes planning, and it's not just, oh, hey, let's just go to Social Media Marketing World for the weekend. It's, it takes some planning. Right. So I would say that if you're going to do it, you want to do it, give yourself a little bit of time.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Great advice. Well, this has been so great, Kim. I really appreciate you taking time to come talk to us and sharing your experience and expertise doing advertising, especially Facebook advertising. And what is the best way for people to get in touch with you?
Well, go to socialmediaexaminer.com. And if they have any questions about the event, they are more than welcome to email me, kim@socialmediaexaminer.com. And all of the information, there's the banner right there on the website. And we have a great, Twitter, Kim Reynolds, but we have a great sale that's ending Friday. So I would definitely encourage everyone to check out Social Media Marketing World.
It's a great conference. I just have to say, not to do like some big ad, soliciting ad for you guys, but it's one of the best I've been to a lot of conferences in my 22 years being an entrepreneur. I have to say this is like way up there at the top. This is one of the best conferences. So extremely well organized. So very, very great conference. I highly recommend people go to that. And I'm excited that I'm going to be speaking about tools. And this is going to, I'm really excited. So it's going to be a good one.
I'm excited that you're coming back, and it's going to definitely be a must-attend session. So I will be there cheering you on.
Absolutely. And we definitely encourage our social ROI community, the Managed Flitter community, all of you guys come to this great conference, and we could all hang out together. Definitely do some meetups. So would love to, if anybody in our community is going to this conference, please get in touch with me, because we'll definitely plan some meetups, which will be awesome. So thank you so much, Kim. This has been so great. We'll have a recap up in a few days. For those of you that are watching this replay and you missed the live chat, or, we'll have a recap up in a few days. And of course, this video will live on all over social media. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time at Social ROI Chat. Bye, everybody. And thanks, Kim.
Thank you.